Rappers who invested in startups. The blueprint for making money in the rap game has been shifting dramatically over the past decade. With streaming greatly diminishing the amount of money performers see from the sales of their music, many artists have begun to look other ways to subsidize their income. And with rappers like JayZ proving that the right business ventures can turn a rich celebrity into a bona fide billionaire, more and more artists are looking for the next big thing that can help them boost their income. As a result, investing in startups, innovative businesses with a chance of rapid, extensive growth, have become a trend we see many of our favorite celebrities embracing. Whether it's investing in a new technology or an app that changes the way we can interact, many of the rap's biggest artists are pumping money into young companies, hoping the return of investment is worth it. Who knows, maybe some of them will find a new passion that will help them stay busy long after they stop turning out hits. Before we begin, make sure you like the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now here are 8 rappers who have invested millions in startups. Number 8. Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs has been well known for his entrepreneurial spirit long before startups even became a buzzword in New York and Silicon Valley. The rapper has no shortage of business endeavors. He famously started the Sean John fashion line, inked a multi-million-dollar promotional deal with Ciroc Liquor, owns 2 film and television production companies, and even owns the tequila brand De Leon. With a diverse portfolio that has built his net worth to $855 million, Diddy is on a fast track to joining the elite club of billionaire rappers. Combs has credited his business savvy with a lesson he learned at age 12 while delivering newspapers. If he was able to provide something new, in this case placing the newspapers behind the customer's screen doors, he was better received than his competition. So it makes sense that Diddy is always searching for the next new thing to help boost his income. This opportunity came in 2011 when Diddy joined fellow celebrity Ashton Kutcher by investing in TinyChat, a random video chat interface. Though the app never took off in the same way that companies like Omegle did, it was later acquired by the communications company Paltalk for a heft sum, meaning Diddy likely saw a substantial return on investment. Number 7. Snoop Dogg. Since his step into the spotlight in the 90s, Snoop Dogg has managed to maintain his status as a pop culture icon. Whether it's with his internet news show Double G News, his collaborative cooking show with unlikely pal Martha Stewart, or his seemingly endless string of new names that he'd like to try out, Snoop is always finding new ways to captivate the attention of his audience. So when he has the opportunity to combine his love of innovation with one of his favorite things on the planet, cannabis, you can bet that the dog pounced. In 2015, Snoop founded Casa Verde Capital, which literally means greenhouse capital. The business is a venture capital firm specifically aimed at funding business ventures in the areas where cannabis, medical or recreational, is legal. A venture capital firm is a business that helps other businesses grow by offering them guidance in regards to money, technology, or managerial experience. Snoop initially invested $25 million into Casa Verde, and the firm closed its debut fund in 2018 with just over $45 million. That's a pretty decent amount of return for a new firm. Snoop also used his newfound resources to create his own brand of legal cannabis, Leafs by Snoop. It looks like Snoop will have plenty of work to keep him busy for the rest of his life. Number 6. JayZ. JayZ once said, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman," and he couldn't have been more correct. JayZ essentially created the blueprints, no pun intended, for the rapper-entrepreneur combo, and it's paid off for Hove, who became rap's first billionaire in June of 2019. JayZ's list of businesses is so lengthy and so diverse that it could be the subject of its own video. Amongst his portfolio are the entertainment agency Roc Nation, his luxury cognac brand Doucet, and an ever-growing investment in fine art. But some of JayZ's most lucrative business ventures have actually been startups. Over the course of his career, Hove has invested in Stance, a fashion company, Julep, a cosmetics company, and Vidi, a video content creation tool. But perhaps most profitable and well-known is Tidal. Contrary to popular belief, JayZ did not actually create Tidal. Instead, he purchased a small music Swedish streaming startup named Aspero. The $56 million purchase allowed JayZ to effectively take control of the platform and completely rebrand it as Tidal, which has grown exponentially. In 2017, Sprint purchased 1/3 of Tidal shares for an estimated $20 million, meaning that Hove has already made 3 times what he spent, while still controlling a majority of the platform. Number 5. Chamillionaire. While JayZ might have been the rapper that popularized entrepreneurial spirit, it was Chamillionaire that can be credited with starting it. In the early 2000s, Chamillionaire was dominating airwaves everywhere. Best known for his 2005 hit Ridin', the rapper had a great run but noticeably reduced his visibility in the music industry in the early 2010s. While some people thought that Chamillionaire had fallen off, he had greatly allowed music to take a backseat in order to focus on his business ventures. In fact, the rapper, whose real name is Hakeem Sariki, is one of the few musicians who have been successful enough that his Wikipedia page even has an entire section dedicated to his entrepreneurial career. Sariki has invested in many ventures, ranging from a car customization business to a record label and tour bus company. However, the investment that would solidify him as a businessman in his own right was Maker Studios. After meeting Mark Suster in 2009, Sariki invested in Maker Studios, an online video talent agency and multimedia company. 5 years later, the duo sold the company to Disney for a whopping $500 million. It was this investment that earned Sariki a spot on Upfront Venture as an entrepreneur in residence, where he was also able to establish a significant stake in ride-sharing service Lyft. Guess he really is riding dirty. Number 4. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, who has long labeled herself as the queen of rap, has made it clear that she's determined to build an empire fitting of royalty. Besides owning a 3% share in JayZ's Tidal streaming service, she has also released a line of fragrances, consisting of 8 different scents. The ventures have proved successful for the rapper so far. Her net worth is continuously climbing despite rumors of her retiring from rap. As of 2020, Nicki has a net worth of $100 million. There's a good chance that a chunk of that money came from her investment in 2015. Nicki reportedly made a $30 million investment in Music Messenger, an app that allows users to create customized playlists and share music tracks with friends and family. When the deal completed in 2016, the company was valued at a whopping $100 million, which means that Nicki is likely to have seen a substantial return on her original investment. This is great news for Nicki. After all, it takes a substantial amount of money to keep a Barbie in mint condition. Number 3. Drake. At 6 p.m. in New York, Drake said, "If me and Future hadn't made it with this rapping, we'd probably be out in Silicon Valley trying to get our billions on." But after a prolific and record-breaking decade in the music industry, it seems that Drake might be headed to Silicon Valley after all. Drake's portfolio, though not as extensive as Hov's or Diddy, is impressive for such a young rapper. He's the co-owner of the record label October's Very Own, has a lucrative endorsement deal with Jordan's Jumpman brand, and has even released his own line of whiskey called Virginia Black. But in 2016, Drake turned his attention to Omni, a tech startup based around on-demand storage. Initially launched for select parts of San Francisco, the app would allow users to schedule pickups for their belongings, which would then be transported to storage, cataloged, inventoried, and safely stored until the user requests to have the items returned. While the app managed to rack up $35 million in funding, not only from Drake but from other celebrities like Scooter Braun and Sophia Bush, the logistics of the idea eventually proved to be too taxing, and in 2019, the company disintegrated. Though this was definitely a loss for Drake, it's unlikely he's taking it too hard. As of 2020, Drake's estimated net worth is $180 million, and seeing as he just purchased a $100 million home, the rapper seems confident he will grow his fortune considerably. Number 2. Ludacris. The first time Ludacris made headlines for his business ventures, it was due to his co-founding of the record label Disturbing the Peace in 1998. The next time, it was due to his restaurant Chicken and Beer, which opened up in the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. And while the restaurant initially faced some problems opening, it has been operating successfully at Concourse D of the airport for the past 4 years. But this isn't the end of Ludacris's entrepreneurial dreams. In 2018, Ludacris took part in the first round of funding for an app called Roadie. Similar to Instacart, the app is based around crowdsourcing package delivery. The concept is that drivers will be able to pick up and deliver parcels on a delivery-to-delivery basis, the same way an Uber driver can accept rides. Ludacris invested about $10 million into the app, which seems to have been a profitable investment. The app is now used as a trusted vendor by a myriad of large brands, including Home Depot, Coca-Cola, United Airlines, and AT&T. Coupled with the fact that Ludacris also has a lucrative acting career, frequently appearing in the Fast and Furious franchise, and it's safe to assume that he's set for the rest of his life. Number 1. Nas. Nas has gone down in history as one of the greatest rappers of all time, but lately fans have expressed some concern about his lack of output. Delays around his 2018 album, Nasir, has left some fans agitated, especially after he allowed DJ Khaled to release a song called Nas Album Done in 2016. 2 years before the album actually released. But there's probably a good reason for Nas's delay. He's been busy with his business endeavors. As we mentioned earlier, some smart investments landed Chamillionaire a role as an entrepreneur in residence, with the venture firm Upfront Ventures. Nas, however, has taken this concept one step further. He actually started his own venture firm, named Queensbridge Venture Partners, after the project where he grew up. Nas established the company in 2014. His investments are likely ones you've heard of. The firm essentially resurrected the brand Mass Appeal. This allowed him to make some higher stake investments, such as Dropbox, security camera brand Ring, and Pluto TV. Each of these companies were later sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. If he continues at this rate, he might just be joining JayZ and Kanye in the Billionaire Rappers Club. Did anyone on this list surprise you? Let me know in the comments. And before you leave, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel.